Hi, welcome to my channel, Reader Woman. My name's Judy, and let's talk some bookish adventures I've been having lately. I had the most amazing experience. My niece and I went to a bar, I know, a bar here in town called The Honeymoon. And they have like meads. So they're an offbeat bar to begin with, okay? Um, and for the winter solstice on December 21st, what they had going on was a reading of Beowulf. So of course we were in. um, I I'd never actually been there before. A little bit off the beaten path, and I don't typically go to bars. But I was very happy to go on that evening. And there was only maybe 20 people, 25 people. But it was a small bar, so they really couldn't handle too many. I mean, like 50 would have been, nobody could have walked anywhere. But I was surprised when we walked in because basically they were wanting we, the viewers, to step up and become readers as well, which I was hesitant about. So I didn't. And the bar owner who was sponsoring the event, she had divided Beowulf into 4 sections. And so basically it was like about an hour or 45 minutes to an hour for each section, and then there was like a 15-minute break, so you go and get another glass of mead if that's what you wanted, and then get back and sit for the next section. What was truly amazing was that our local college is Western Washington University, and an English professor from up there came, and he was doing a reading. He had a gorgeous voice, but primarily what he had was the ability to read the Old English. And so twice for the beginning of each section, he got up and would read it paragraph or a section in Old English, which was extraordinary. It really was. It was, I mean, there was no admission price, but it was worth the admission, just in and of itself. The reading was up and down. Some had definitely theater acting backgrounds. Others were just there to read, to the best of their ability. So after I kind of got over my shyness for the first section, I signed up to read on the second. And I got section 8, which is where Beowulf gets all dressed up in his specialty garb to dive deep under the water and try and kill Grendel's mother. It was an amazing section to get to read, I have to say. I wasn't really nervous. I knew the names of some things would be hard, and they were. But what got me was this was the Seamus Heaney translation that, I mean, in my world, it's been done fairly recently. And I was really pleasantly shocked, actually, at how easy it was to read. Even with the difficult names. I mean, yes, I read Beowulf, but it was 100 years ago. And to stand there in front of everyone in the microphone and be reading, it just turned out to be a joy. It really did. The way he phrased it, the commas, it allowed you to play with the sound, the words, in a way that I really had never encountered before. So I was really thrilled. Unfortunately, my niece was not feeling very good, so we had to leave. Otherwise, I would have taken on another section. But an extraordinary experience, and definitely left me going, all right, I've got to get a copy of that translation, because it was a dual translation, and it had the Old English on one side and then the translation on the other. Not that I think that I could read it, but anyways, yeah, it was an amazing night. And here in the Pacific Northwest, as we found out, that was on a Saturday night. The night before, Friday night, it was the darkest recorded night in the history of Seattle. So, yeah, and it was really great. And the other thing, too, that really came alive for me in a way that didn't before is how this work was created to be an oral tradition that just happened to be written down. I mean, this story was, was done over telling and retelling, and people knowing the story and crafting it and improving it. It's just it was just told over fires at night, for who knows how long. But it was a very, very special evening, and I thought I'd share that. The other adventure I've been having is Amazon. They came up with an offer I couldn't turn down. I've never liked Kindle Unlimited. I tried it for 1 month and I just got frustrated and canceled it almost immediately. But they had 3 months for 99 cents. And in my life, I tend not to read when I'm having any kind of health issue or something's not quite right, or, if I'm having stressed or something like that, I tend not to read. I tend to watch Netflix or YouTube or basically do anything but read. And so the beginning of the year on my Goodreads page, I put a challenge out to myself to read 36 books. And I was quite upset that I'd only read like 25 or something like that. So, so one thing I remembered from that Mara at Books Like Whoa had said, that she would take out a Kindle membership for a limited period to read romance books for a while, and then she would cancel it. So I decided that I would try in the last few days of the year to make that 36. I don't think I'm going to make it, and I'm not going to feel like I am a failure by that admission. However, I have been reading some Regency romances and a few other things as well. I'm not completely sold. I hate how they have formatted. I mean, I think they do a very poor job of allowing you to find the book you're really looking for. However, I now understand that I was doing it wrong too. Because, okay, Beowulf. Let's go back to my first adventure. I thought, well, I've got half of Beowulf read. I just need to finish the other half. But then I wanted to find a copy of Beowulf that was Kindle Unlimited. I didn't want to have to pay for it because my preference is I'm going to spend the money on the Haney translation here is what I'm going to do, and get a physical copy. But I didn't understand that when I went to look at the books and I made a choice, okay, I'm going to go with this translation. And then at one section it said it was Kindle Unlimited. And then when I looked at it intently, the Kindle Unlimited went away and it said I had to pay money for the book. So that stopped me quite a bit. I thought, no, I'm not. This is why I'm not why I'm doing this with Kindle Unlimited. I found out that when I clicked on the pay that money, like it was like $2.99 or something like that for the book, then the Kindle Unlimited came up and I was able to access it. But I don't understand why they lost that designation when I went to look at the actual book. But that was my mistake, and I have fixed that mistake as much as I can. And so yeah, that's where I'm kind of at with my books, or with the Kindle Unlimited. I think I'm up to like 31 books right at the moment, and we'll see. I'm not completely thrilled with the selection. I think that a lot of the books are kind of second or third rate. Some of the books that I might like are not Kindle Unlimited. And yeah, I really believe that there is a better way that has not been created yet to allow people. I mean, I know with the library you can do that, and I haven't done that with my own local library yet. I tried to check out an ebook, and I couldn't quite make it happen. Yes, user error. I'm not saying it's not, but I do think that we are, as a subscription service, I would be willing to pay the, I don't know, $9.99 or something a month if I were getting the books that I really wanted. At this point in my Kindle Unlimited adventure, which I have to say I'm only I'm not even a month into it yet, I think that I will not be renewing it. But, who knows? I might fall in love with it, but I just don't think so. But I think that there should be a way for people to read new releases and the best of genres at a certain price. And considering how non-new most of these books are, and how not top tier, I don't really see the value in it, but I know a lot of people do it. So I don't know. Let me know what you think. I mean, what do you think about Kindle Unlimited? Do you use it? Do you subscribe? Have you? If you don't, why? I mean, I would be interested in knowing, because I have it on my phone of when I need to cancel it. And at this point, I'm going to be saying adios, I think, amigo. So anyways, hope you were having a good evening, and I will be talking to you later. Happy reading. Bye.